summon some ghosts. 2020 was a weird year, but what's slightly weirder is that it was supposed to have a really cool Halloween. Not only did it have a full moon for the first time in years, but it was also a blue moon or a harvest moon, an even rarer event. I was all psyched up to have an epic Halloween that year, but of course a global pandemic happened, and I had thrown away any hope of having a cool harvest moon Halloween. Until I realized one thing. Halloween is all about the borders between the spirit world and the living world blurring a bit. So why not take this beautifully spooky opportunity to talk to some ghosts? And be an asshole. You see, I don't believe in anything supernatural. I could give you a long philosophical talk on why, but you just need to know two things. One, I am 100% positive that ghosts, demons, and pretty much any other supernatural entity doesn't exist. And two, despite that, I am deathly afraid of them. I figure if I'm going to be scared shitless by something that doesn't exist, I'm at least going to have fun threatening them and being an asshole. Besides, I think paranormal investigation is taken way too seriously. I think it's about time that we scare the ghosts back. Or at least that was my plan. So, how does one go about talking to ghosts? You know, there are lots of ways, I think. You could be a medium. I don't think I have one of those just around. You could hold a seance. Fun fact about seances is you need friends for that. We're in the middle of quarantine. So I am not breaking quarantine with my friends, just so we can hold hands and try and summon a ghost. Of all the ways you could summon ghosts, or talk to demons, there's one that, is pretty easy if you have $20 and are willing to sell your soul to Amazon. I bought a Ouija board. So here is a brief history of the Ouija board. If you'd like to see where I got this information, or just to look more into the topic, I'll leave the Smithsonian article in the description. While similar ways of talking to spirits have been around for hundreds of years, the Ouija board as we know it didn't appear until the mid to late 1800s, with the official Ouija board being patented in 1891. Communing with the dead was incredibly popular in the 1800s, specifically to do with the spiritualist movement. The spiritualist movement is something I don't have time to get into, but it's actually really interesting and really weird, so I highly recommend looking into it. But so-called talking boards were pretty common divining tools, and while there's always been some people who think speaking with spirits is evil, the Ouija board itself wasn't seen as corrupt or malicious or tied to devils all that much. That changed in the mid-1900s when it became a horror movie staple, specifically with summoning demons. Despite the persistent cultural belief in the Ouija board's spiritual and sometimes demonic ties, the research around it is actually pretty solid. People have been debunking the Ouija board and explaining the phenomena behind it since the 1800s. The movement of the plancha is caused by the ideomotor effect, basically small subconscious movements. And because our brains like patterns, our subconscious will gravitate towards letters and make words. If you close your eyes and use a Ouija board, the plancha will still move. It just won't make anything comprehensible. I've never had a Ouija board before. So I figured, why not unbox this thing on camera before the daylight dies? Which I might have... Ooh, I have 10 minutes left. Alright. Box, I don't need you. You can go to my cat. Alright. Ouija board. Ooh, there we are. Okay. I think it's made out of like, it's better than I thought it'd be, honestly. I thought it'd be made out of cardboard. But it's sturdy. Hasbro Gaming. Yeah, it's got little decals. The thing on here is like a very glossy paper. But more interesting. Check. Should we give it a try out now? I think we're going to. I could say this is Halloween, but like, it's a little spooky out already. Did this come with the instructions? Probably did. I know like there are rules for Ouija boards where like you're not supposed to play alone. Oh yes, the rules. I went searching for rules for Ouija board just so I could break them, and I may have stumbled upon not only the most extensive list of rules, but one of the funniest. Found at ghostinvestigationteam.uk, not only is this list littered with grammatical and spelling errors, but it's poorly organized, worded, and I love it. The site lists 25 common rules for Ouija boards, but then the few that they actually recommend, and then just a whole lot of other stuff that I cannot get into this video, and honestly don't want to. I could read out all 25 rules, but that would take quite a long while, and it's not that entertaining, so I will summarize some of the few that are the funniest and the strangest. So some of the basic rules that you would assume are on the list, like don't play alone, don't be an atheist, don't be in a long list of emotional states in order to not get possessed or encounter a wickedness spirit, which is something I don't actually know what it is. It may just be a British thing, but I have never in my life heard of something called a wickedness spirit, and that's kind of funny. At some point, the list devolves from actual, like, numbered rules to separated rules, but are kind of a step-by-step guide to get rid of a Ouija board. It's not in, like, its own little section. It's not like, oh, rule 25, here's how you get rid of it. No, it's like, rule 21 and onward is how to get rid of it, and also if you burn it, it will scream, and you need holy water, and burying all the letters in different places. It's weird. In this website's defense, it does have a list of about 6 rules that they say are the, like, actually good rules to follow, but still, the list here really kind of fearmongers and makes it very clear that, oh, this is dangerous, and the site itself treats it as something very, very dangerous. I know a lot of people take this stuff seriously, and I know why they do, but all of this looks to me like, here is something dangerous. Oh, but we're a ghost investigation team. We will help you if you pay us. Well, that's kind of a bummer. But I still have a night of communing with ghosts to share. With the help of my dad, we set up a little area outside with a fire and waited for night to fall. I've already broken many of the rules I have encountered, so I think it's time to get possessed and, encounter a wickedness spirit. Hands on the planchette. What should be our first question? Mr. How are you doing today? Alright. To any spirits here tonight, how are you doing? My first attempt to get an answer wasn't very successful. While the planchette did move, it was really, really slow. And at this point in the night, I was sitting on the ground, which wasn't the best idea for my back. However, Carmen was having a wonderful time hanging out with us, and she got up to her own nonsense throughout the whole night. Poots, Carmen, what are you eating?
Carmen.
I zone out for a bit and I hear licking. Why are you eating bricks? Oh, you can commune with the spirits, Miss Carmen? Oh! Oh! We eventually got Carmen to settle down, and I poised myself for another question.
Any spirits that may be willing to commune with us, you can be evil. I am totally fine with that. But let's answer some questions. Let's do a yes or no question. Are you evil?
While my first try didn't yield any interesting or conclusive answer, I was hoping a straightforward question needing only one movement would at least yield something.
Well, it's starting to move towards yes. I did open up to any spirit, so, that's on me. Yeah, well, they need someone to talk to, too. I think also, it was moving towards the left, last time, so it may just be, that's the direction my hands like to twitch in. Mm-hmm. So, I will repeat the question since I removed my hands from the planchette. Are you evil? It does not matter to me, but I would like to know. And you can even lie, too, that's fine.
While I'm sure most paranormal investigators would prefer to have truthful answers, this was more of a test to see if the Ouija board would work at all. Writing out full words seemed difficult and time-consuming. I assume this has to do with the fact that I'm the only one using the board, so it's only my input. If I had a partner or a whole table full of people, the combined movement of our hands would probably make the planchette move faster. This is probably why Ouija board believers say never use the board alone. You get decisively spookier results the more the planchette moves.
Alright, we got a no from the ghost.
The ghost is claiming to be not evil, even though I said it could lie, so we will not take that as any kind of qualitative information about the ghost, but we know that it answered us. After I finally got an actual response, something peculiar happened. I used a GoPro to film, and I can preview the shot on my phone. But as I was checking it, I noticed some random flickers of static making stripes across the screen. It didn't actually appear in the final recording, only the preview, and unfortunately I don't have a good way to simulate it. However, months later I learned what it was. Apparently it's just something that the GoPro does, since it happened again when I was filming another project. But it was quite the surprise for the evening. And if I was the believing type, I'd say it was a sign.
So I've made an interesting discovery.
Sorry?
So I've made an interesting discovery.
What's that?
So, you have a little preview of what the GoPro sees on my phone. And there's some interesting little things happening. Wanna come see?
Oh yeah?
I'm reasonably sure it's because of it's close to the fire and so it's getting pretty warm, so I'm probably gonna move it. But if you come over, just wait a moment, you'll see
Hold
what
on a second, let me...
Oh, you gotta get your glasses for your old man eyes. So just keep watching it. Oh, something just happened. Just wait a quick little moment. I don't know if it'll show up in the actual recording, but come on, show another one.
That?
Yeah.
Huh.
Little artifacting or whatever it's called. I assume it's just because it's getting pretty warm.
Oh no.
It's not that warm though. Yeah. Or it's the ghosts.
The ghost is trying to give you a sense. The ghost is connected to the...
It's giving me a sign. Should I ask another yes or no question, or should I try and get some letters out of this ghost?
I don't know. I mean, I think the letters are going to be harder to get.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask a simple question, cause or something strange that just to get one weird letter thing. Cause I could ask a name or something, but I don't really care what its name is. That does not matter to me. I'm just gonna ask, hey, any spirits communing with me through the board, maybe the one that answered my previous question about whether or not you were evil, any spirit here, tell me what your favorite animal is.
So despite the purpose of the Ouija board be that it spells out things, the quote-unquote ghosts I was communicating with didn't seem real keen on making actual words. All I got was gibberish. I thought maybe it was going to say rat or something like that, but nope, just gibberish. Alright, I've changed venue a little bit because my back hurt. Now I can sit in a chair, and this will be a little bit easier. So I decided, since the ghost was very bad at spelling out the name of an animal, we're just gonna ask yes or no questions, or questions having to do with numbers. So I figured an easy kind of start off question would be, how old are you, Ghost? Ghost, how old are you, and in years? First digit is a 5. And it's staying on the 5. Well, we might have a 5-year-old ghost on our hand. Ghost of a 5-year-old. Alright, I'm gonna ask a yes or no question, Ghost. Just to confirm your age. Are you 5 years old? Now, I'm not great with children, but even I feel bad insulting a theoretical fake 5-year-old. I have morals. I have a bit of ethics here. So, you know, I called it quits for the night. Well, I got a yes. Our ghost is 5 years old. Can children spell by the age of 5? I assume they can't. They can't? Maybe some can. So that would, if we're going in the lore of ghosts and stuff, that would explain why, when asked to, like, name its favorite animal, it gave me gibberish. Well, okay, so what's funny about this is the whole premise of this video is that I'm insulting ghosts and, like, threatening them. But it's less fun if the supposed ghost I'm talking to is...
Don't be mean to a kid.
I don't want to be mean to a 5-year-old.
No.
Oh.
Well, that messes that up.
Yeah. I love that we're getting lore on this ghost, but is quite literally random muscle movements.
If there are any spirits here tonight, tell me, does this sound like Shakira?
So it's been almost a year since I filmed this, and I've had no supernatural encounters. No notoriously bad luck, or good luck for that matter. Nothing tragic or unfortunate. Just continuing on with my normal life. So I'll take that as good news. I'm not possessed, despite not closing the Ouija board. After filming, I just decided to chill out by the fire and eat snacks. Never said goodbye or anything like that. Just packed up the Ouija board, and it's been sitting in my closet ever since. A little disappointed nothing super spooky happened. Granted, it's hard to get scared when you're just hanging out on a nice fall night. If you got this far in the video, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed some mundane ghost adventures. Let me know if you want to see more variety content like this, since I normally upload art videos. Alright, like, subscribe, you know, all that jazz. Okay, love you. Bye.